Hey, what's going on, folks? Today I'm going to talk about the stun setups you'll get guaranteed when you burn your opponent out. Now, the only condition as far as their resources is that they don't have super, or they don't have a super that's invincible immediately. So when your drive gauge is totally depleted, this puts you in the burnout state, which then you can't do any of your drive moves, your OD reversal with invincibility, your parry, your drive impact, and those are the things you can use to defend yourself in this kind of situation typically. But since you're burnout, you can't. Now the only thing you could do, as long as your super has invincibility, you can use it against the opponent's drive impact. But if you don't have that, whether it hits or block, the drive impact will wall splat when they're near the corner, which causes the stun state, which you get a full jumping combo off of this. You can imagine it's pretty bad. There's two things that I want to note about drive impact, especially with the burnout state. If your drive impact combos, then it will not wall splat. So with Ryu, for example, if I do crouching heavy punch into drive impact, it combos on hits, so it won't wall splat. The same thing sort of happens on block, where if I don't leave a gap while they're blocking, so for example, if I do drive rush crouching heavy punch with Ryu and then drive impact while they're in burnout, then it will actually not leave a gap for them to do anything. So even on the block portion, if there's no gap, then they will not get wall splat. The key is leaving just enough so that throw is too slow, and I think that's it. I think that's the only thing that's really concerning. I think if I have to really get the exact number, but basically if they can't throw you out of it at that point and they don't have super, they have no options. No jump, no backdash, nothing. So what I'm going to show in this video, which I can't do the best because we don't have actually training mode that I can actually demonstrate that each option works, so I guess a little bit you got to take my word for it. But these setups are going to be various. There's going to be so many ways to do this, and every character is going to be able to do it, and they're going to be devastating. So look out for them. Find out how you can do them, and manage your drive gauge. That's all I can tell you. But I hope you enjoy. So if you're wondering what I was trying to do against the CPU earlier, it's this setup. I want this to burn them out. So they would have to be at less than 1 bar for me to do that. So like this. Tatsu. Heavy punch DI. The heavy punch frame traps. The heavy punch into DI also leaves a gap so it doesn't jail them. Then it frame traps. So if they don't have super, they will get stunned unless they mash on wake up. So that'll be a stun. If they mash on wake up, it'll combo and it'll do this. It won't wall stun. Okay, so if they get knocked down like this, then you can just do it again. That is 100% guaranteed, which is why I wanted to do it on a CPU to show like they can't even figure it out. And then when you stun them, you probably do something like this. And then either uppercut, maybe super R1 if you need the extra damage. Can they not drive back? If they're in burnout, they can't parry, they can't drive impact, they can't EX, they can only super. But if they don't have super, they die. That's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. No what if they jump, no what if they throw. They can't throw, they can't jab. It's totally, it's insane. Right. Alright, I wanted to demonstrate one more setup just to demonstrate like one other method you can get this knockdown into guaranteed stun. Now remember, they're in burnout, so they're taking more frame advantage off your normals. Most of your normals that are like -2 are now going to be +2 because you add 4 because of the block stun difference. So that means it's going to be even easier to set up frame traps in the throw. And you can actually get the, I guess you can call it guaranteed stun, something like that. I'm not here trying to make fighting game words more difficult. But you can do that off of the throw knockdown. So you can set that up like this. You grab them, drive rush, crouching medium punch. This is a frame trap. And keep in mind, if they don't have super, they can't do anything about this. There's nothing they can do about that, except get hit by it on purpose. And if you're getting hit on purpose, I think you got some other problems, like you're not in a good position just to begin with. I can then frame trap them into stand heavy punch, which leads into one of the ways you can do this. So it's really cheap. And over time, once people learn how to really work their opponent's drive gauge, and for example, maybe punish counter with drive rush, and then do a combo into drive rush. Like, I think there's so many different methods that are gonna like put people into burnout, where you have a setup already ready to actually put them in stun, and they don't have a choice about it. And even if they do have a choice, even if they do have super, they still have to react to your drive impact with the quarter circle forward motion, double quarter circle forward. So burnout is gonna be so bad once people start using these setups and getting into position where they can use this setup. And I can all but guarantee you every character will have this and find multiple ways to get into this. And maybe some characters have critical arts that lead directly into it, like Ryu. His super art level 3 doesn't have a very good knockdown, so I can't burn somebody out with his level 3 and set this up, because he's only +8 after the Shinsho, and he's far away, so I can't do enough with that. But the other two supers, I can make it work. But that's it. Let me know what you think about this kind of thing in the game. I think it's fine. I think the burnout, the drive gauge management of this game is so important that it's your fault if something like this happens to you. But let me know if you think it's too cheap. Appreciate you. Leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.